Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day it is that you are watching right now. Welcome to the Groupchat Wrestling Podcast, episode 60. It is your American hero, that ball bro here, back in the States after a lovely week in the beautiful UK, beautiful London. Me and my mother had a very fun time out there. Great sightseeing, great seeing all the awesome views from London Bridge to the Shard to Stonehenge and all that. But the main focus was British independent wrestling and Forbidden Door. And my God, the experience I had as an American over here in experiencing the British independent scene was amazing. It was well worth the travel, well worth the wait. And the Forbidden Door card, I think I speak for everyone here, from top to bottom, I think was a home run. I think it was a very good show. But yeah, let's waste no time. Let's get into the weekend. How's everyone doing?
Excellent. I don't have COVID yet.
I've done 2 tests today and I ain't got COVID, so I reckon if we ain't got it by now, we're all good. Because last time I had it, I know where I got it, and I know I was ill within about two and a half days. So I reckon we've avoided it. We've avoided pushing ourselves into a self-enforced lockdown.
Yep, I got it at the last All In. I've had it twice. Once from a wrestling con, once from All In. So if I've avoided it this time, I've done pretty bloody well.
Mine's both been football related, so yeah. Anyway,
I don't think I've got COVID, but I am fucking wrecked because I've had to travel to Dublin after all the fucking travel last week, and I'm just fucking knackered. So hopefully Dynamite is a fucking cracker tonight.
Do you know what I say? We were recording this before. I need it. Like, I do have wrestling fatigue after the last.
It's mad, isn't it?
Mate, I'm flat with it at the moment. Just to the extent that, like, look, there was. I would have been like it with that after All In if it wasn't for Forbidden Door. But the thing is, the fact that TV's been so good, and it just feels that, like, again, we've had 2 season finales kind of in the space of 4 or 5 weeks now. So I feel that tonight I remember after All In 2023, and it wasn't so much the fatigue of too much wrestling, it was the fatigue of I'm not enjoying it that much at the moment. And then All In, All Out came around and they knocked it out of the park with a literally 9.75 out of 10 show. I thought I need that kind of Dynamite to get me going again. I want the road to All Out to start tonight. No fucking about. I want to see some new paths. I want to see it. You've got a few people waiting in the wings to return now. By the time everyone hears this, Dynamite's going to have happened. I'm hoping they hit a home run, because the last couple of post pay-per-view Dynamites have been good after notoriously for quite a while them not really living up to much, because usually half the roster's nearly dead. So I want a big Dynamite tonight. Hopefully we get one. Hopefully I'm pumped up again. But one thing I was pumped up for that did deliver, no matter what people try and for some reason say otherwise, was Forbidden Door. This was a show that had, a 9-match card. I'll say 8 of the matches are probably going to be 4-star or above. I had a really good fucking time on this show.
I did. Absolutely fantastic. Top to bottom, start to finish. Even the pre-show, I think it was one of the best pre-shows they have ever done.
The pre-show was almost too good. The pre-show matches all deserved to be on the main card. It was insane. Like, they were not pre-show matches. They were fucking main card matches.
Those are like Dynamite main event matches, in a sense.
Yeah.
It's insane. I mean, you have fucking Michael Oku getting the pop he got on a fucking pre-show match. You had fucking Driller and Robbie X on a fucking pre-show match. This is insane. Mm-hmm. Like, the card was ridiculous. And also, one of my favourite moment from the pre-show was Robbie X off the top rope and Samoa Joe doing the nope. It was fucking canny. And Samoa Joe was
inevitable that was going to happen. It was great.
I will never not pop for that. Absolutely.
Never.
And the thing is,
I hear you, Andy, on that being your favorite spot. Nah, for me, it's Oku getting pounced out of the ring.
Fucking hell, his neck, man.
My fucking God, like how
have you watched it back?
Away. Yeah, God.
Oh man, it's fucking awful, isn't it? Like, it's that, like. Oh.
Lucy, where were you at then?
So Amira actually posted after that saying he's okay. He's insane, but he's okay. I was going to say that it shows how good the card is, because all those matches deserve to be on the main card, but I couldn't tell you what match I would have taken off to replace.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
The Hook match. Oh, there wasn't one. Okay, no, there's none then.
You just wait. My boy's coming back. He had that video. I thought that
it better not be tonight.
Yes, come back. Come on, Hook. Come on, here, boy.
No.
I'm going to lure him back with a bag of crisps on a string.
Speaking of returns, we got the biggest return of all. Jamie Hayter's back, and they didn't do it on a fucking pre-show because so everyone would cry. What they did was fucking brilliant, because as soon as they came back out fighting, when it's shown the backstage, you were like, okay, now something's going down here. And it was the two women that were completely involved in everything that happened around their injury previously. It was brilliant. Really well done, that.
Got to be feuding with Tekla, hasn't she? That's the first feud for her.
She has to be, but she's got to get... I think there's one feud first that we don't know if that's actually going to be a thing or whether that's just going to be good and they bypass it. But the big feud with Visa, because the Visa issues might be there. She might have to feud the Visa issues for a bit. But once she gets that sorted, it's going to be Tekla. I think she has to beat Tekla, possibly with some way, for me, with help from Aminata against the spooky, raggedy bitches or whatever they're called now. Get that done so that Hayter... Yeah, I prefer raggedy, spooky bitches. But
I do.
But then...
I do.
It's, especially when Aminata says it, but then we need that, you know, say they stole Aminata's passport or something and all that fucking dead, then they go through, and I want Aminata to then carry on the feud with them and Hayter to then move on to something else, because personally I think she should be one of the next challengers for Toni Storm going into the next couple of months. I personally would still say I'd like it, depending on what her fitness is like, I would like it to be the one to take the belt, but whatever, that's, you know, there's so many others you could throw in there, so.
Yeah, I'd go
just
with
Statlander
and then a Statlander Willow feud for it, but we'll see. We'll see how...
Just with everyone whinging lately about Toni Storm. Like, I don't get this. It's the most bizarre fucking cry-arsing I've ever seen on the internet. People saying Toni Storm's at the belt for too long. She's the biggest fucking women's star in the... Well, her and Mercedes are equally probably the two biggest stars, not only in the company, but in the fucking world. What she's done for that women's division over the last two years is insane. Like, you can't just be like, oh, she's had it for ages, now take it off, give it to someone else. Like, she's had it because she's carried that fucking women's division for so long.
Yeah, she hasn't even had it for a year, Jesus Christ.
I know.
And you know what's funny? Like, all the other faces that, all the other ladies that they want to challenge Toni to take the belt from her, like, they're all involved in other storylines. Like, we have a dozen women right now involved in a storyline that hopefully is leading to the very first women's blood and guts match right there. We've always talked about we want feuds that don't involve championship belts. That's what we have in the women's division right now. You have Jamie Hayter coming back. You don't have to throw it back in the title picture right now. She could go either 1v1 with Tekla, or you could throw her in with the other dozen women and get the blood and guts match right there. Like, that's what you wanted. You have your two top stars in Toni Storm and Mercedes as your champions, and then you have everyone else kind of floating. And don't forget about the Willow and Statlander. You know, Statlander, is she going to join the Death Riders? That's still going on. She's involved in storylines that don't involve the title. That's what you want in wrestling.
That's what we've been asking for.
You don't need a title to get over. You don't need a title to be over. You don't need a title to be in a prominent position in a wrestling promotion. That's what the women on AEW are showing. That's what Aminata has shown. That's what Statlander, Willow, Tekla, the other spooky bitches have all shown. Like, they
raggedy spooky bitches.
Spooky raggedy bitches. Sorry, I gotta get that down pat. But they have shown you, AEW has shown, like, they could book their women and make them look prominent on the TV show without putting a belt on them.
Do you know what the thing with me is, as well, is this is why I didn't want Ospreay to beat Hangman, like, mainly for the thing, because for me there needs to be a story leading to the title. It needs to mean something. And as much as I think Statlander is one of the best women's wrestlers on the fucking planet, as much as I would love to see Willow with that belt, regardless. I mean, I booked my fucking tickets already because Willow's announced. Like, I just, there's no story to it. You can't just go, oh, Statlander's getting a shot the next pay-per-view, and then she wins. You need a bit more to it. The only reason I said Hayter was because there's a fucking two-plus year story leading back to why she would want to beat Toni Storm and take that fucking title back.
There is a Chris Statlander story. It's not related to Toni Storm. It's related to Chris herself. If she joins the Death Riders, that is the story of her taking the title, because she's mirroring what Mox did with the men's title. Mox can't do it himself anymore, so he is, I don't use the word grooming because that has different connotations, but he is moulding Chris Statlander to do what he did, but with the women. And Chris eventually did it her own way. Yeah.
If that's a story and they go with that, great, but the way people are talking now is just going, Statlander should win at the next pay-per-view, and it's like, no.
Oh, God, no, God,
like,
no.
And what makes the whole thing even funnier is the saying that Tony's hogging the belt. Athena should have won. Athena's got the fucking Ring of Honor, but should have for 1,000 days, nearly. Get the belt off her first, and then have her win the fucking title. Like, God, I don't know. Is it 1,000 days before Friday, or because I want Mina to win it?
But yeah, the complaint is, Tony's hogging the belt, that more women need titles, so let's put it on a woman who already has a title. That'll spread the titles about a bit, won't it?
That was my whole issue with Mercedes possibly beating her. Was like I think Mercedes should have that belt at some point, because you want your belt on Mercedes, but or Sasha Banks, as some bizarre wrestling training company decided to call her out of the blue today. But like, no, fucking, she already had the TBS. It was already hogged up. And this is nothing to do with the fucking what she's doing across the world for companies by holding the belts. This is about one company having all their belts on one person. We don't want that.
No, the women have gotten much more time recently, but not enough that you start double crowning champions.
No, not at all. No.
It felt abundantly obvious when that match started that we weren't going to get a new champion. I mean, I was fine. Like, I love Athena, and I want Athena to win the world title at some point. She will win the world title at some point. Probably be the person. I don't think Toni's reign it's not remotely near stale yet. She's great. Like, why would you take it off her at this point for someone who's already got a title, as you just said?
Every time you think it is getting to the point where it could possibly be stale, she knocks it up a notch.
It's just not very obvious during the show she wasn't going to lose that title. Like, I just wanted to enjoy the match, and obviously there was a lot of people like upset about it because they probably just, I don't know, they didn't really read the story. Like, again, the same thing with Swerve back at Dynasty. It didn't make sense for Swerve to win the title off Mox at Dynasty. It would have been the wrong decision in hindsight. It would have been the wrong decision. I want Athena to be world champion and soon. I think Swerve will be world champion for a longer period than the first time at some point down the line. But when the time's right, the same with everyone. When the time's right, Willow will be world champion. Mercedes is going to have the world title. Statlander's going to have a moment with the world title. They're not these moments. I mean, I don't know who beats Toni for it. I don't know, and it probably won't be for another few months still. But it was a great match, and it was the right person won. Come on.
Yeah.
The right person won.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Come on then, while we're talking about Forbidden Door, give me your... You can't say one of either the main event or the cage, but otherwise give me your match of the night.
Not
What
the
got
main
my...
event or the cage.
No, you can't say the
But
cage,
do you know what?
and you can't say the main
I
event, because they get their own discussion.
Probably the women's four-way.
Yeah, I loved it. I thought every match I would understand if someone said it, barring, I mean, I wouldn't have chosen the opening match because I enjoyed what happened, but it wasn't like a great match. But it was just a bog standard match. And the tag title match, I did enjoy it, but I thought it was down the lower end of the card in terms of the actual match. Obviously, the end was a bit annoying as well, and the Hurt Center getting chased off annoyed me for obvious reasons. So, but I still enjoyed that match. But I'd say any other match, I thought the TNT title match was amazing. I loved it. I absolutely adore the TNT title. I thought McGuinness v. Zack Sabre Jr. was just proper good wrestling.
That was mine.
I loved it. That was I loved that. That was just so slick. That was easily Nigel's best match since he started wrestling again. Well, for me it was anyway, by quite a distance. It was just really good wrestling. There were 2 or 3 moments of the show that I didn't like, and they were very isolated incidents. The rest of the show I thought was fucking outstanding.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going with Nigel and Zach. To absolutely nobody's surprise. I like the technical. Just seeing them there opposite each other, it was just a holy shit, is this real moment. Every time I get to see Nigel in the ring, it feels like you're getting some sort of gift. It's like seeing Tanahashi, you know? It's like, this might be the last time we're seeing this guy. And the fact that Nigel is getting this now, getting to show what he can do and do it on the big stage, it was absolutely my favourite match of the night. And that includes the main event in the cage.
The only disappointment for me with that match was because I really felt like, maybe it happens tonight. I really felt he had to turn, and that was perfect. That was the perfect moment at the end. Not going and kind of consoling him and stuff. He has to, regardless, because he's stale as fuck. He had to do it then. And he might do it tonight after Mox. Yeah, Mox might beat the shit out of him, and then, I don't know, McGuinness tries to help, and then he beats the shit out of McGuinness. Something like that's going to happen. But I just would have loved to happen at the pay-per-view. But I guess that's we always want everything to happen at the pay-per-view, don't we? So
we did have a big return at the pay-per-view. I think with him fighting Mox tonight, after everything that Mox did to Brian and with Yuta and Daniel Garcia, all that sort of history, if it's happening soon. And he's going to be a bad lad again. So
before we go on to some of the other matches then, across that weekend, in about two and a bit hours.
2 hours and 5 minutes.
Yeah, we're going to have this match. Like, what do we all think is going to happen? Like, because I think Mox is going to destroy him, leave him a bloody mess, and I think he's then going to turn on whoever tries to help him or console him at the end and lash out. And slowly, I think he's going to join the Death Riders, which makes sense. It's just a little bit too late for me. It should have happened ages ago. But that's what I think. Either that or Chris Jericho's coming back. Judas is going to hit and he's going to help him, and they're going to reform the JAS.
Oh, Andy. Bless your little heart. Yeah, you're as bad as me. The eternal optimist. All right. What's again? I think we're going to see a lot of Bryan's moves. Because we had that whole thing with Daniel Garcia saying to Yuta, you can use his moves, but I've got his spirit. I swear to God, if they put a fucking carrier bag on Daniel Garcia's head, I'm switching off. I can't watch.
Well,
I can't watch that.
Garcia is shite as a face. I think we all, well, Lucy doesn't, but I think the rest of us agree that, don't we? That he's dog shit as a face. He's boring. And we all have been waiting forever for Yuta to turn. So the perfect way surely is Daniel Garcia joins the Death Riders and then Yuta starts getting a bit like, what the fuck, you're replacing me with this fella. And then you have the feud. Maybe Yuta then does split. Maybe Bryan Danielson, takes him back and trains him and all that shit, whatever,
I'll give you that because Yuta still holds that grudge against Daniel Garcia because he was the one that Bryan wanted that he never got. Garcia chose the JAS over joining Bryan, but Bryan always wanted Danny Garcia over Yuta. So yeah, if they bring Garcia into the into the Death Riders, Yuta's the red-headed stepchild again.
It's either that or Daniel Garcia's on top and a leather jacket, Orange Cassidy comes down and beats the living shit out of him. David Arquette comes from the rafters and everything.
Stop making everybody evil, Andy.
No, I honestly think we've said.
I'm getting hot.
We've said forever that we want Orange Cassidy as a heel. Again, everyone apart from Lucy, but
I want everyone to be good boys.
Yeah, but I think with Ospreay and Swerve done now, I think that's a fucking.
They need more people at the top of the card. Like, is this why they've called Omega off for a while? Because they want Kenny to have like a bit more of a substantial impact near the top of the card without Swerve and Ospreay being there. Is Danielson now going to come back? Like, there's options there, but then there's also space for someone else to really step up here, and I scream Brody King for that one. Well, he's in the tag division now, but
yeah, they needed
Brody and Bandito.
There's opportunity right now. Like any other roster right now in the world, they would be panicking right now that both Ospreay and Swerve are out with injury. But I say with this roster that they got right there, they're gonna be just fine because, like you said, potentially Omega's back, Ibushi, and like you said, we got Brodito as tag champs, and you look at the All-Star 8-man tag match tonight. Like you have half of those guys in that damn match who could challenge Kyle Fletcher for the TNT title at All Out, and it will be a fucking banger of a match. Mike Bailey, please next and All Out Toronto. There's no.
I think you got over half.
I mean, yeah, over half, and then guess what?
Yeah, because don't forget.
And then who else? And who's the big comeback at Forbidden Door after Okada and Swerve? Takeshita is back. He's back from the G1, and the table's set. Yeah, Wardlow too. But I'm saying, listen, with all due respect to Wardlow, the table is set right there for. Man, when that babyface run of Takeshita hits, oh my God, that's gonna be generational. Like, I love when Takeshita came out. He looked at Wardlow. He looked at the landscape of the Don Callis family. Like, he's like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, and I love the fact that he wasn't smiling. He wasn't thrilled. And I like how Kyle was the one that was like, patting on the back, like, it's good. Is everything right? Like, and when down the line, when Kyle is the one.
Yeah, with the screwdriver.
In the back of ticket. And early prediction, I know we always like to speculate predictions and whatnot. 2026, Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher will be your feud of the year next year. Like, why the fuck not? Like,
probably. I mean, like Don Callis is clearly strengthening the ranks because he's preparing to oust Takeshita at some point. He's going to pull down a Peyton, isn't he, at some point, pull the cover off, and it's going to be Kyle Fletcher holding Takeshita's head.
I think that's the plan.
And
absolutely.
The Peyton's
that's my one thing with the Don Callis family and Dynamite tonight. The big question I have is, who are the 3 new members of the Don Callis family going to be tonight? Because they are stacking that roster. day by day, they are going to have, before we know it, they are going to have exactly 50% of the AEW roster as the Don Callis family, and that's going to be our proper fucking. That's going to be our proper wars that we wanted. It's going to be a 75 on 75 elimination match. It's going to be one match on a pay-per-view, World's End. Book it. Fucking book it.
Triple Cage.
Everyone on the roster. Everyone, even Brandon Cutler's going to get on the fucking show, Lucy. Everyone is getting on.
Is he in the Don Callis family?
He's going to be the sole survivor as well. It'll go down to him vs Pentaco. Brandon Cutler will be the... Yeah, I don't know what I'm waffling about now. But,
John Cruz on one side, Pentaco on the other side. Fucking book it. No, I love it though, because like a lot of people probably think it's too many members, but this is what I wanted the Death Riders to be. I wanted it to be
it's true.
More of a kind of modern version of the NWO when the NWO was threatening, and when everywhere they had another member.
This is what they're shaping up, because the Death Riders is probably going to come to a natural conclusion before the end of 2025. Immediately, the Don Callis family can take up the baton, because they've got so many of the upper mid-card guys that you can then say, right, let's see how far we can push these guys now. You're developing with a Carter, Fletcher, and Takeshita at the front, and like this is a really good stable. The Death Riders have obviously got their bit that they're going to do. They're eventually going to get vanquished. It'll probably end up. I mean, it won't be blood and guts, I don't think now, because whatever it's going to be, it'll be some point between Wrestle Dream and World's End. That will come to a natural conclusion. Moxley will go off and do the stuff that he's going to do with Eddie Kingston, I'd imagine. Then Claudio can do what everyone's going to just go off and do what the fuck they want to do. And then you've got the Don Callis family to take up that baton immediately off the back of that and see, just like, again, they're going to be such a threatening stable at this point. Like it's going to be hard to want to top them. And it'll also be a stable at the top when it's not safe. Well, it probably will end up being, let's save AEW for the Don Callis family, because that's what Tony Khan obviously booked when he played the wrestling figures for his childhood, saving the company. But yeah, it'll be good fun.
I just wish they pushed that on when the Elite were taking the company. Like they shit the bed with that. That should have been the original one. Then it felt like the Death Riders were going to do that, but now it's starting to feel like the Don Callis family is actually going to do the angle that we felt we were getting.
And I think it works better. It's going to work better with the Don Callis family simply because of Don Callis himself. The man,
he's a cunt.
Like, he's a cunt. He's an asshole. He's a prick. But that's like he is to Don Callis. Obviously, to Don Callis family is what Eric Bischoff was to the NWO in a sense. Like you need that voice. You need that face. That hateable face, that shit talker, and look at his lineup. People say, how many people the Don Callis family has, but like 90% of them are damn killers. Like they are upper mid carders, the potential main eventers, like you said, headed up by Okada, Takeshita, and Kyle Fletcher. Right underneath them, you got Josh Alexander, Wardlow, Lance Archer, and then obviously below that you got Rocky Romero. Trent and whoever else is running around. Oh, and I forgot Hichisero as well. Who could potentially beat Bandito this upcoming Friday to be the Ring of Honor? Can you imagine if he wins the Ring of Honor championship? That fucking segment next week on Dynamite that Don Callis is gonna bring all those titles out that they have, like. They're easily the best faction in all of wrestling right now. It's not even close.
You're right. You're
honestly,
right. With Don Callis being the one in charge, there was no one in the Death Riders to do that. They weren't trying to destroy AEW. Mox said from the beginning he wanted to save AEW. I think Hangman beating Mox wasn't angry. I think he was ready to fucking propose. He wanted people to step up. He wasn't trying to destroy it. Callis, on the other hand, I think he'll take it down without a thought.
I think he just wants to own it.
He's trying to take over the world.
He wants it all for himself.
Yeah, it's literally the I saw a meme I think a month ago with him and Kyle Fletcher with Pinky in the brain, like what
are we doing tonight?
Brain? Try to take over. They're trying to take over the world, and Don Callis is that perfect antagonist for that role right there. Like no one is doing it better than him right now, and that's what that's what I need more in wrestling. That's what AEW has that WWE doesn't have. Like they have heels that you don't find any likable characteristics about. Whether it's Don Callis, whether it's John Moxley, whether it's MJF, like there's no cool sing-along music. There's no cool like catchphrase to get behind or shit. Like no, they have one. Like Moxley has been the real final boss of professional wrestling in 2025. Because when Hangman beat him at All In, it literally felt like he conquered the final boss in like the hardest video game you've ever played. Like how many people came close to beating Mox, but in reality, they were so far away. No, when Hangman did it, it literally felt like the whole landscape changed in AEW. That's why, I mean, Mox deserves all the flowers in the world, all the credit in the world. I mean, he's creating a legendary case for himself in AEW and in his entire wrestling career for this run he's been on.
Yeah, and look at what they did at Forbidden Door. Look how it ended. You want real hatred on someone, you kill our hero on his home soil.
Don Callis is one of the only people I can think of in recent times who gets the kind of heat that the worst WWE guys get without having to pipe fucking sounds into the crowd. Don Callis just gets it fucking naturally. It's fucking insane. All he has to do is stroll his fucking bald head out there with his stupid little scar that he's clearly put a bit of makeup on to make it look worse. And the crowd fucking hate the cunt. They go fucking ballistic. He's brilliant. I love him.
Such a fine line between that and switching off. But Don Callis is perfect. He nails it. All you want to see is him get twatted.
He's got that face, hasn't he? And the way he delivers his lines. He's just such a... Yeah, even the way he moves, he's got this real awkward way of like kind of running and stuff where he's like, ooh, not quite running properly, and it's like, you fucking little bat, I want to fucking punch him in the face.
Yeah. More than anybody else in wrestling, Don Callis makes my fists itch. He's such a shithead.
And he's never out of character. I remember hearing him on Talk as Jericho once, and he stayed in character for the entire thing, talking about how he's the smartest man in the world. He's got a fucking, there's no Mensa fucking top level whatever that could fucking challenge him and all this shit. And he's like, I was smart when I was 7 years old, was the smartest man in Canada, and all this fucking shit. Like, and it was hilarious. It was genuinely hilarious because he was full on. Even Jericho started laughing at times because he was like, probably didn't expect him to stay full on Don Callis. He's brilliant.
Love that. All right. What else happened this week, lads?
You know what? I think we kind of touched about, but you know, the first match with with Cope and Cage. I mean, listen, like, it was a fine match. It was an okay match, but like, for me, it's just it's Cope coming out and us singing Metalingus to start the night. That was a great tone setter. And listen, I put on Twitter the other day, like, I didn't get to see them live as a kid, so I don't care. As many times as I am going to see them live and in person, I am going to sing Metalingus to the heavens as loud as I fucking can. I'm going to enjoy it because, you know, I legitimately think this is their final run. Like, with him and Cage tagging together, I legit think that within the next year, this could be their final run in their career. I mean, I think that's how they want to go out. They want to go out together. So I think, you know, it was okay match. It was passable, but I think they'll step it up going forward. I mean, we're going to get that match down the line with teams like with the Bucks and, you know, FTR and stuff like that. And
the Bucks are legitimately going to give both of them the best match of their fucking careers when they're in their 50s.
Yes,
it's
they
crazy.
are. And I'm about to admit to being wrong about something, and these guys were right, because I was disappointed.
This could be one of so many things, by the way.
Yeah, this is like everything.
Seriously, what culture?
Is it
Call
Hangman?
me. I will work for merch. No, it's about.
Is it Hangman winning the title? No.
Is
it Orange Cassidy turning heel? Oh, sorry, that's not happened yet. That's tonight. That's tonight. Sorry.
You've all fucking.
Sorry, go.
No.
Sorry.
All right. It's about Cope. You were all, no, it's too early for them to be besties. And I was like, no, I want them to instantly be best friends, hug it out, skip off into this. But you were right. Keeping them at kind of at odds with each other, not doing it yet, not having them be on the same page is the way to go. The whole he's my asshole. And if they don't name this team rated assholes, I'm going to stop watching. I mean it, Tony Khan. Rated assholes is right. I took a sign saying that. It is right there. But yeah, you guys were right. Having them at conflict is much more interesting.
It just gives me vibes of one of my favourite tag teams of ever, even though for its short run, of MJF and Adam Cole. Because, like, just the whole, I don't really trust you. Are you actually going to do this? Or, you know, the looks like Cope seems so trusting. I'm actually starting to like Cope a lot more than I did because he seems so trusting and, like, really wanting. And Christian, I don't know. I don't think I'm ever going to stop thinking that Christian might actually turn around and hit him with a fucking chair. And he may actually do that, you know. I mean, who knows?
He might. Cope will probably just be like, oh, bless, you'll sleep tonight.
Can before we move on, can I just say possible chant of the year after the match?
Yes.
Hey,
Christian. Oh.
Wanna know. Will you be my
dad? Yeah.
And
You
that
used to
was
take
only...
singing lessons, Brett.
I mean,
good.
I'm trying to get better. You know,
Yeah.
I think
Keep trying.
if I don't try hard, it will come out good.
When we look at the analytics of this episode, and we lost 73% of our viewership when you sang 4 bars, we'll understand. Let's not do that again. Oh, it's just fun. Oh, that's interesting.
But you know
After
what?
that
Yeah,
cult of hypocrisy song, that was better. This was better.
And that chant as well was only Aaron asking for a new dad after Gav had to get rid of him because of how he'd been an absolute mess the night before. But anyway, that's another story.
If you ever get a chance to go to a British show, anybody that's ever considering it, you've got to do it. You got to do it. It's like nothing else in the world.
Like I said, the night before Forbidden Door, like I was with Andy and Dan and Gavin at the Eve show. Like it was so much fun from start to finish. Like
it was, Brett. But before you carry on, they fucking trolled the shit out of me. I went to go to the bar. Willow's music hits. Mel starts shouting me. She goes, "Quick, come back!" Because she knows I was like, "Oh my god, Willow! It's Willow! What the fuck?" And then I come running back, and it was a fucking trailer for the.
Oh no, they got us all too. Trust me, I got my phone. I'm like, "Oh my god, Willow's here! Willow's here!" And then I'm like, "Ah, come on!"
I'm glad because the strop I would have thrown if I had missed Willow would have brought shame upon the entire podcast.
I think a couple of us were thinking at that time, like, "Oh my god, Lucy's gonna be pissed if she shows up."
I wouldn't have been happy for any of you.
We have we've already booked our tickets for November now because it's I don't care who else is on Elite Encounters, but they've announced Willow. That's worth the money in itself.
Yeah, we got to do it.
Yeah, whilst we're talking about that show, like as we got there, we were told by someone we knew that some little horrible fucking twat that I hope he's had the shit beaten out of him, whoever it is, robbed a load of the women's bags with their passports and stuff. And as we've since learned, Aminata got stuck in the country for an extra few days. It's just what a bunch of twats, man. It kind of put a bit of a downer at the start of the show when it got delayed, but the show went on and it was a fantastic show. Like, I mean, from the AEW women there, like Brett, that was obviously one of your first British shows, wasn't it? And that kind of British show, and your first Eve. What did you think of it? It was amazing, wasn't it?
Like I said, it was amazing from start to finish, and just like I've only seen like highlights of like a lot of the women on the British Independence, but seeing them live, like from a Sapphire Raid, Millie McKenzie, Rio, and Sessions Moth, and others, like they were amazing to see up front. Like you could just see the wealth of talent in the British independent scenes, like especially with the women. Like within the next couple of years, they are like, I'm sure WWE, AEW are paying attention, and they're gonna be great gets to wherever they go. Like they were amazing. But I mean, like Queen was amazing. Aminata was.
She was. Fuck yes.
She was fucking amazing. Her crowd work on the outside, with us in the front row was dope. I mean, but the highlight for me was Nyla Rose at the end winning the E championship. Like you saw the look and expression on her face, and like she's just one of the coolest people. Like she's my favorite follow on Twitter by far. Like she's so cool. She's down to earth, and she absolutely deserves it. And now we get a potential. I think in November it's going to be her and Rio for the
that'll be very good.
That's gonna be fucking amazing.
Rio's a fucking monster, man. That's gonna be excellent. And I love that at the end us all rush into the ring and they all like on the ring, like, and kind of
But speaking of monster, before we move on, like, okay, monster, Bozilla, Bo fucking Zilla. This girl's only 21 years old, by the way. 21 years old, and holy shit, she already got it. Like that entrance, that smoke coming out of her mask. I'm like, god damn, that's like almost Vader-esque in a sense, like with his like appearance back in his Japan.
I know my neck's still fucked, mate. Honestly, it's really fucking bad.
Yeah, and then
Bozilla having me in a fucking headlock with Megan Bain.
They're gonna pop you next time. They said.
What a sad day that was.
I'll send them the money. Thanks, girls. But the fact
Megan
that
Bain trying to keep kayfabe.
I got to meet
we are
her
not nice.
Next
time we will squeeze your head and pop you like a pimple.
Living the dream, Andy. I got to meet Megan Bain on the morning of Forbidden Door. It was absolutely incredible. She is lovely. She's so nice. I don't want to ruin her character.
No, I don't want to ruin a character, but I was wearing an outrunner's top, and she goes, I don't know, probably already told you this when I was drunk, but she goes, you like the outrunners? I was like, yeah. She goes, my trainer. I was like, what? She goes, I used to train with, so-and-so, and anyway, my trainer, I can't remember if she had a trainer died or something, but then she said, this guy trained me, and she's pointing at fucking Turbo. So Turbo was Megan Bain's trainer. That's mental.
Well done, yeah. Oh my God, nice job with Megan Bain. But yeah, Bozilla, the other one. Can we talk a minute about the showing she made at Forbidden Door?
Unreal.
How good does a wrestler have to be for a British crowd to voluntarily cheer a German? And it's not what you're thinking. It is entirely football related. But yeah, for us to cheer a German, she's got to be out.
Oh, World War II related for a lot of people, not like for a lot of that, yeah.
A crowd full of wrestling fans, you ask them why they're mad at Germany, 99% will mention football.
Yeah, I love Germany.
I do. It's my favourite country in the whole world.
Terrible food, but I love Germany.
They have the best
in Germany,
food.
right? I love the place.
They don't. They have bad food.
They have amazing food. I'm not.
Up there with Spanish is the most unseasoned food you're ever going to find.
Anyway,
I digress.
Herbs are seasoning. Okay, we'll have this discussion off camera. Okay.
But no, do you guys not think though that Triple H and his cronies were there making notes saying, it's going to be a full on Stephanie Vickers situation, this, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Bozilla is going to get signed, and it's
not just her and Persephone.
Persephone's amazing.
Do you know what? I didn't rate Persephone in some of the previous matches. I wasn't that impressed. And then we watched her on the Forbidden Door on the Rev Pro show the day before, and her match was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
20 seconds into the Friday show in a Rev Pro, I'm like, yeah, she's just got something immediately about her. That je ne sais quoi, she's got something.
She was incredible. That's why, in the four-way, every single one of them was incredible, and it was just, it just clicked perfectly. It was so good. Speaking of that Rev Pro show, by the way, I have to mention that there's a couple of standout matches on there. I know. I have a feeling I know what Mark's is going to be. Oh, it might be the same as mine. But the Mercedes Emerson Jane match was phenomenal.
Outstanding.
It really was. Emerson
Absolutely
Jane
outstanding.
is so good. To get the rub off Mercedes there with this is going to be so good for her. Hopefully more people now know who she is and watch her matches. She was on top for a lot of that match. There was one spot which I'm sure you've all seen because it got clipped to fuck everywhere. I can't remember what the move was now, but basically where a fucking neck, Emerson Jane gets thrown backwards into the fucking ropes and a neck, and it great, yeah. It was phenomenal. We had the GYV Young Guns match, which was fucking incredible. It was one of the best tag matches I've seen in a long time. That honestly, if anyone could sign Luke Jacobs, the man's incredible, and I need GYV on AEW TV more. They're fucking brilliant. And the other one that I'm sure was probably Mark's favourite one. It wasn't Ishii. It was This was Mike's favourite one. Ishii, Jay Joshua.
Mate, this was a fucking cracker. I bumped into Ishii backstage and had a little chat with him. What a lovely man. But I've now seen him live. I think 7 or 8 times, and every time you're like, this guy, he's 49 years old, right? Like, you're not meant to be able to put on match. No one else at that age that I know puts on matches like he does. He wrestles better than most people 10 years younger than him. He is so good. It just, honestly, I love the man. Like, I will follow him around more than I'd follow Mercedes around, than I would have followed Austin around back in the day, or Brett or anyone. I will, where Ishii goes, I go. I just love that man. He just, honestly, that match was just so much fun. And yeah, I actually saw him win a match as well, which was a rarity. You don't see Ishii win many matches ever anymore. So yeah, good times, good fun. Terrible venue. What were they thinking?
It was horrible. Thank you so much
for
the tickets.
Nowhere.
It was amazing.
Can we
not really in London.
Can I have a minute to talk about what Andy gave me in return for those tickets? The most beautiful thing any of you have ever seen. It is this. It is a door hanger. Is this going to show up backwards on the television?
No, that's fine. I don't know. I can see it. Yeah.
Andy made me this. He printed it 3D. We're trying to convince him that he needs to start selling these because they're beautiful, and I love it. And it's not left my side.
You should be selling them.
Yeah. Sapphire Reed said the same thing.
Sapphire Reed wants a Brandon Cutler door hanger.
Probably no. It was the chain. It was the chain that they made for Dale. But yeah, she said I should sell them.
All right. That's acceptable.
But yeah. Very good.
Yeah, but Ishii he did lose, but he also had an amazing match in Glasgow. We all seen that with Takeshita? It was absolutely.
Oh, honestly, again,
What a man.
what a man.
You say you'd follow him around more than Mercedes. Would you follow him around like he actually followed Chris Jericho that time on Dynamite?
It's like in the background, like.
That was so fucking good, wasn't it? Michael Myers-esque.
Yeah, I think I put that video on Twitter with the actual Halloween theme. That was I love that man so much. Like, I wish I'd been a New Japan wrestling fan during his peak when he was putting on like those 6-star, 5.5, 6-star matches. And just experience that live at the time because there's something about that man. I love him. If I was rich, I would try and buy him, and I would keep Ishii at home just to hug and look after. And yeah, I love him. I love him deeply. What a dude! What a fucking wrestling legend.
I love the way you suggest that if you had the money, he would be available to buy. He's like,
the one thing I've learned, Ishii will go where there's an offer. If there's an offer on the table, he probably does a lot of things for about 300 quid. If I win 85 million on the Euro Millions, 84 of them is going to Ishii, and he's going to live with me. He will live a wonderful life, and he won't regret a second of it. And we will grow old, happy together, and he can still go off and do his £300 shows, and I'll just sit in the back waiting for him to come back, and we can just I'm gonna stop talking now.
I've just got visions of us doing the podcast. And Mark's recording, and he's just stood in the background staring.
Well, I've got my little hi.
What a fucking dude.
Ishii might be like maybe that only wrestler that he loses and he loses and he loses, but you'll never hear anyone like badmouth him or say, oh, he's buried, or get him off my TV, or no, like who fucking cares? Because when the bell rings at the age of 49 years old, like you said, he could go better than like a lot of 20 or 30-year-olds like who are almost a decade younger than him. He just fucking gets it. He could still go with whoever. And like you say, he just seems like one of the most general, nicest guys that you could actually probably be around. And it's like shit. It looks like he could go for another 4 or 5 years, like no problem with the way that he takes care of himself and the way he paces himself in the ring. So yeah, Ishii is that dog, and all pun intended.
Yeah.
And it's like I've got to say as well, like before we move on, it was so good to Jay Joshua to get this match. He's been after this match for ages. I'm a huge fan of Jay Joshua. He's a hell of a wrestler.
He's amazing. He's so good.
He's clearly a huge Ishii fan as well. I mean, just his style alone, there's a lot of Ishii influence in what he does. And so for him to get that match and see how happy he was at it as well, and like he was fucking delighted. It was like it would be like me being able to get a match with Chris Jericho or something. Or walk out to Judas with him or something. I know, it'd be fucking great.
Yeah,
we'll
get
a match with Ric Flair now.
It'd be like me co-hosting a show with RJ City or something.
Actually, that was what I would want to do. One else, yeah. Oh, you're changing my influences, man. I want to do Whose Line Is It Anyway with RJ City.
It's not even an influence. I just rip him off fully. So RJ.
Well, I've ripped loads of RJ's stuff off on Twitter. It's been fine. I've not told anyone, and I've got like likes for some of the stuff. It's cool.
Oh,
sorry,
God,
RJ.
yeah.
But no, that anyway. Before we move on, that Rev Pro show was fantastic. The 5-and-5 was great. It was incredible. So thank you so much for the tickets. We then hot-footed it to Riot. We snuck into Riot. We got stuck in there, and I spoke to the dude from Attack. I actually thought he was the announcer because he announced when we went down there, and he was actually the part owner with Mark Andrews, the co-owner, and he actually followed the podcast the next day, and he said if any of us want to cover any shows and stuff, to let him know, because Attack has some great fucking talent. Yeah, Paul London was on the last one. I was telling him how made up I was with Paul London. Paul London, like I told you guys, Paul London was phenomenal. I was actually telling him that I mentioned it to you, and I think it was you, Mark, that said, like, what, Paul London? Where the fuck has this come from? And I was like, no, he was so fucking good, and he hates Bully Ray, which is a fucking win all around, But no, he's really nice guy, and he followed us on the Twitter there. So Attack, and I love Attack, so I'll head down to Cardiff whenever. But so that was nice. And then we got drunk, and then the next day was Eve with loads of AEW women on there. It was crap. Trisha Dora was a surprise. That was fucking brilliant. But obviously Bozilla, kind of not AEW, but whatever. Still, Nyla Rose,
Billy Starks.
Billy Starks was incredible. She got such a good reception. Apparently, she was surprised at the reception she got, but like, come on, like we know good shit over here when we see it.
Yeah.
Aminata, like you say, she was so good around the ring. Like she was getting thrown into chairs and then just sitting there going, oh, and like we were just fucking. It was hilarious. She did that match with Anita Vaughan was as stiff as I imagined it would be. It was incredible. And then I had to explain to Mel what stiff means in terms of two women together.
Oh God.
And that it's actually hitting them and stuff. No, it was great. It was phenomenal. Like Eve, Rev Pro, Riot, they fucking killed it over those days. And then obviously we'll go back to AEW where we were. Where were we? What match were we on? I can't even remember now. We're all over the place, weren't we? With it really.
I feel like we're kind of just jumping on.
Yeah.
The place.
But look, we're not. As we said before, we're not a review show. We're just
just for the vibe.
We just had. Yeah, we had a great weekend and we just had such a fucking buzz.
Can I talk about Big Bill for a second?
You can
when they
talk
sent
about
him
Big Bill.
out, because I wondered if they would do it after everything that happened in Cardiff, with us screaming our desperate love for Big Bill. They sent him out again in Glasgow. They gave the people what they want. He got a massive pop. We sang Big Bill Wonderland, and he just exited through the crowd. He fucked off into the crowd. God knows if we ever gave him back. I'm not sure we did. Sorry.
I missed this entire match.
What?
I'm sorry, I missed quite a few entire matches. You don't go and get drinks during the show, do you? Because that arena is an absolute shit show. How you get them in there?
I don't. I love that arena, but I didn't leave my seat except for the.
I missed about an hour's worth of action queuing up for food and drink. It was so bad.
No, I can go 2 hours without food or alcohol.
But the big question is though, was that arena worse than the O2 in terms of charging £13 for a single vodka?
Do you know, I got 3 fucking drinks spilled on me during that show as well. Well, one, I accidentally bumped an apple blackcurrant cider into Brett's mum and it went on me. Then my mate leant over me and dropped my beer over me. And then my mate, who was a steward, who again, he probably won't be listening, but thank you for getting us all in. He got Britain as well. We skipped the queue and just went straight through. Came over and jumped on me towards the end, and I had an Aperol spritz in my hand and got orange all over me. So I spent about 45 minutes of the show in the toilet, taking my t-shirt off, rinsing it under the tap, and then drying it. So anyway, don't know why I brought that up, but I did. What were we saying? I just did sticky. If we were going to an after party, I would have. But yeah. Anyway, yes. It was badly priced in Glasgow, but not as badly priced as the O2, which is an absolute joke. Cut a long story short.
Hangman MJF.
My boy.
How good was this?
It was excellent.
I thought this was incredible. Like, and then I kind of looked on Twitter afterwards to find that people were cry-assing about it. Like,
can I put this the way that I look at this? Right. There was one bit in it I didn't like. I thought it was fucking stupid. But if I am going to watch Arsenal and Arsenal wins 6-1, but we concede a really stupid own goal, but we won 6-1, I don't really give a fuck about the stupid own goal we've conceded. I care about the 6 goals we scored and the fact that we've just put on a fucking clinic, which is what I didn't like that moment. I thought it was stupid, but the match itself was so good. Such a good match. Just a bit of a stupid sports entertainment bit in it. That was my 2 cents anyway.
I thought it was excellent because I was really worried before about the way they'd set up this whole I'm not using the contract, I can win on a DQ, all this kind of shit. And I thought they handled it brilliantly, and it, for me, it just solidifies Hangman even more as this dominant fucking champion that he was becoming before the Punk fiasco, when he, in his short run there, was becoming this. And now he's back to being that, where he's like, you know, he doesn't give a fuck. He will beat everybody, and he will find a way to beat you. If you think you've got the upper hand on him, Hangman's going to fucking beat you.
I was talking about the bit with Bryce, by the way. That's
no, but I mean, I'm just talking about all the other shit that went on with MJF trying to fucking, sneak in.
Oh, the match was amazing. It was a brilliant match. Great storytelling.
It was just fucking excellent, and like, it leaves Hangman in such a strong position now. It leaves MJF in a strong position now because he can't, especially now we won. We got rid of cash-ins. Fucking yes.
Well, it turns out that's what all the shenanigans were for. The whole, I'll light him on fire if you don't let me keep my it's so Tony Khan can go, okay, no more of that behaviour specifically. That was to give Tony Khan a push to ban cash-ins. And also the whole I don't mind them too much, but yeah, Andy's famously not a fan. The whole MJF doing all that cheaty shit, that's the point. He kept falling back on the old ways, and he couldn't get it done with the cheaty shit. Hangman did it once and beat him at his own game. MJF had a chance to beat Hangman fair and square. He didn't even try, and that's what cost him the match. Obviously, we're going to get a rematch. I think All Out. Is that the plan?
I don't know. We will.
No.
I think it's too soon. Honestly, I know you guys are going to disagree with this because I kind of disagree with myself saying this, but I genuinely think within the next 12 to 18 months, MJF's going to be the biggest face in the company. He's got that about him. Like, I cannot help but looking at him doing all this shit and thinking, there's a fucking face there. He connects with the fans in a way that nobody else does, and I feel like if he fails again, which I kind of hope he does, but I don't know. If he fails again, maybe he kind of sees this and kind of like, I don't know. I want that because of how good it was when he was a face, and there's elements that do come through to me.
The fans want to love MJF.
I would have potentially agreed with you on that if it wasn't on how Ospreay was taken out at the end of the show.
That's
because that's the thing. I mean, for him to get taken out like that, I mean, we knew he was going away, but to write him off storyline wise like that, to get his neck crushed up multiple times, stuck in the cage with the Death Riders and everything, you did two things right there. When his comeback does come, he's going to get the biggest hero's welcome ever. Number two, you already know where he's going. It's going to be him and Mox, which is crazy to think it'll be almost 2 years he's in the company. We're finally getting a proper feud between him and Moxley like that. It's kind of funny. I remember when it was the triple threat, I think last year, with Ospreay, Mox, and David and Finley. I think everyone was.
I think you said David Flair then.
No, David Flair.
It's like, what the fuck? Where are we going here?
Finley. I remember everyone was mad because Finley was involved in the match. Like, everybody wanted Ospreay and Moxley one-on-one. Like, what the fuck is Finley? I mean, it was a great three-way. It was like, damn, Finley, get the fuck out of here. We want these two.
Nah, yeah.
Yeah, but now, that's what we're going to get when he comes back. So, I mean, if Ospreay was already popular as he is, he's going to be even 10 times more over when he makes that hero's comeback.
Yeah, but Mox won't have the title. If Ospreay goes after Mox, it's not going to be for the title.
Well, no, it doesn't have to be.
So that means the title picture open for MJF.
That's the only reason I do. That's not the only reason. There's loads of reasons that despite me wanting it, but that's the main reason I do think MJF will win it in about 2 or 3 months, because you need a heel to have that title for when Ospreay comes back, unless Ospreay comes back as a heel. But the way he's gone out, I don't think there's any chance in fucking hell of him coming back as a heel.
Unless
no way.
Turns heel.
I thought that's been a possibility for a while.
I've wanted that for, honestly. I said this about 7 or 8 months ago when we were first theorising Hangman. I want Kenny to be the one that beats him, only because
I said that, man.
Only because I think Ospreay beating Kenny for that title at Wembley means so fucking much, because that's a full on that is a passing of the torch. That's not fucking, who was it, John Cena passing the torch to a 40-year-old guy. That's a real passing the torch.
No, and I think Ospreay kicks out of the one-winged angel to do it. Only one man's ever done that, and that is Kota Ibushi.
I think Ospreay kicking out the one-winged angel at Wembley would literally blow the roof off when the roof's not even on. I think that's...
Kick out at 2.99999, 2.9, like all the closest kick out in...
Yeah.
Kicking out history. Like, it was crazy.
And Ospreay's perfect at that. Yeah.
Like, passing of the torch moment right there. That's why I said, if the plan is for Ospreay to win the title next year, back in Wembley, back when All In comes back to Wembley next year, the best opponent is Omega. You finish the trilogy off right there. Like you said, it's a literal passing.
Has to be
passing on the torch moment.
Crazy.
You could have 2 great passing of the torch moments in 2026, not just
Same to
when
you.
Ospreay beats Omega. Yeah, the other one. If
do that here.
Hold up. Here's
that way around. That way.
One for me.
2. All right, 2.
No, that way. You've been in England. You should know better than this.
If you're sticking the V's up and I did the finger, I don't want to know what the fuck Mark's doing behind that camera.
Mark's in a hot tub, apparently, according to his picture.
Yeah,
we're hot tub streamers.
For once, I'm not in a hot tub. For once, I'm working. I'm the height of professionalism here. Multitasking, drinking a whiskey, working, and podcasting.
We could be hot tub streamers. We might finally get monetized. Mark. Yeah.
I don't think there's one in this hotel, unfortunately. Sorry.
But yeah, like I say, you could have just think of like next year, you could have two great passing of the torch moments with Ospreay beating Omega for the title in Wembley, and you know what the first one of next year is Takeshita beating Okada at Wrestle Kingdom in the Tokyo Dome, right there for the New Japan World Title, because I think Takesha's gonna beat Zack Sabre for the title in October because he wants to walk in to the Tokyo Dome as champion. New Japan on their roster right now, they have no one main event worthy that could take on Takeshita if he does win the belt.
That's my only worry.
That's
my only worry with Takeshita winning is the fact that New Japan will want him there all the time because they've got no one else. They've got nothing like Takeshita at the moment, whereas AEW can live without Takeshita for a bit. As much as we want him to come back as a huge face, maybe the best way to do it would be to have them beat the Callis family, finish him off, and him be off TV for a while and just let New Japan have him and do what the fuck he wants over there, because they honestly, I say they've got no one like Takeshita. AEW hasn't got anyone like Takeshita in that sense. The guy's phenomenal, so just let New Japan have him for a while. I would anyway, and I'd bring it on the Callis family. By the way, I meant to say this before. Do you know who I would love to see? There's two people I would love to see in the Callis family, and one of them's not a wrestler. I would love to see, and I don't know if this is any possibility of this happening. I would love to see Oku and Amira join the Callis family. I think Michael Oku would be phenomenal in that, and Amira adding even more fucking heat would be incredible. I think that'd be nice.
Well, speaking of before we move on, speaking of the Callis family, Wardlow came back at Forbidden Door. What do we think of Wardlow joining the Don Callis family, and can Don Callis finally be the one to unlock Wardlow's true potential?
I think he's just going to be another level for somebody else. I don't know what Wardlow's true potential is. For me, he's another level for someone else, another person who wants a shot at a championship. They have to go through Wardlow first.
Disagree. I think it is. I think what Brett said is going to happen. They unlock it because Wardlow's always had something. If he was absolutely fucked over with that whole MJF thing, that was his big moment, and everyone was talking about MJF. It's the same as what Punk did to MJF. MJF then did to Wardlow, and it could have been a big deal, and it wasn't. So if we can get that now, I think Wardlow's got it. I really do.
I hope so. I don't even think that the MJF thing hurt him that much. I think what hurt him was what followed with the attempt at doing a Goldberg, and it was just boring. Like Wardlow coming in and beating 20 security guards. No one actually gave a fuck. And then the whole cutting his hair off. Whoever come up with that idea, that's got to be a Jimmy Jacobs thing, hasn't it? Is he the guy we give all the shit ideas to? It was Jimmy Jacobs, wasn't it? That everyone was attributing.
I thought it was
QT. I thought it was QT.
No, everyone was attributing all the shit to Jimmy Jacobs when he left. Wasn't it? It was like, oh, that was a Jimmy Jacobs idea. But anyway, whoever it was, whoever the person is who takes the flack for the shit ideas, cutting off Wardlow's hair. Sorry, that was dog shit. As was the Book of Hobbs as well. I thought that was rubbish as well.
Shaved it all.
Whereas Hobbs now is back looking like a fucking beast. I know he's part of a trio, but...
Listen, just specifically because of Don Callis, I will give Wardlow the benefit of the doubt.
If anyone can do it.
Yes. Listen, and I tell you what, if Don Callis pulls it off, if he gives us the best version of Wardlow that we've had in AEW, then Don Callis is one of the GOAT managers of all time.
I've said for the last 2 years, I think current, I won't say all time, because that's probably going to be a bit disingenuous, and I missed a lot of his big stuff. I'm not going to put Callis, and with what he did with ECW and all that shit, you can't do it. But I would say the last couple of years, Don Callis is by far a better version of what Paul Heyman thinks he's doing. By far. It's not even fucking close the last few years.
I thought everything he did in ECW, and you're not wrong.
I don't know. I just Callis is great. Joe, actually, message for you, Don Callis. Don Callis, listen to me. Fuck, Serena Deeb. You need a woman in your group. Serena Deeb. She can't talk for shit. You can do all that, and she could be a killer doer.
Yeah, absolutely.
He does need. He needs a woman in added to the stable now, and I think Serena Deeb. She's probably still one of the best women's wrestlers on the roster, but she just can't talk for shit, and it kills. I know, it's horrible saying that, but it kills everything she does. I always go back to that poor moment when she was telling people about her seizures, and the crowd just started booing her. And we're like, "Come on, this is boring. Move on." And you're like, "Oh man, this is horrible."
And women don't have to talk about. Look at Marina Shafir. She barely says a word. She's the most terrifying person on that roster.
You're right. It's more the portrayal of how they are rather than whether they can talk.
But it's because Marina's got Mox doing the So
exactly. Like
that's why
they talk in another way, don't they?
Let women be the silent killer that always went to the men.
Yeah.
Marina's nailed it.
That's why instead of Serena Deeb, not even Marina Shafir.
Do you say Shayna Baszler?
Listen, the only reason I was watching WWE was for NXT Black and Gold, and it was so fucking disappointing, disheartening that Shayna Baszler was a killer there. A killer there. What you want? She was a killer. Then Vince and Triple H fucked up with her. As they done with countless times. The Shayna Baszler.
I haven't seen much of it, so I can't.
I'm just saying the Shayna Baszler I saw in NXT Black and Gold would be perfect for the Don Callis family. Like that's.
We are talking about 7 years ago, though. Now, aren't we?
I understand that, but I'm saying like, she hasn't done shit on the main roster that like as how do you say?
What I saw on the main roster was bad.
Yeah, it was bad. Yeah.
Mark makes a great point about that 7 years ago, though. I say what we do as well as we get back Malachi Black and we wheel Adam Cole out there and we stick them on the main card.
In the Don Callis family.
I don't care.
I don't mind Shayna Baszler being there for a nice little tag run with her and Shafir because that'll be fun. But her and Shafir, if you will, and Stat in the final for the women's tag titles, it will happen at some point. I promise you. Please believe me, it will happen. It fucking better happen. That will be a nice final. I like the idea of her coming in for that, but I don't want to see Shayna Baszler on my TV at the expense of a Harley Cameron, a Willow Nightingale, a Queen Aminata, etc., etc. And we know how limited their airtime is.
I have to agree. I think we are surely AEW past that point when you're bringing in ex-Fed guys, like or girls, guys as in people, to essentially take the spots that these other people, hard-working people deserve. People who really put a fucking shift in. I mean, you mentioned too there, Aminata has worked their fucking socks off. I was going to say something else. She's worked her socks off there to get this spot that she's got now, and she deserves it. She should keep it. And the same with Harley Cameron. Harley Cameron has done everything.
God, yes.
As well as work at improving her wrestling, she's done everything else and got so over naturally that I would hate to see somebody else come in and get a push higher than these when these guys.
Aminata, Harley Cameron, something in common. They're both trying to impress Chris Statlander. There you go. That's the motivator. That is the motivator.
As much as I'd take a tag team of Harley Cameron and Chris Statlander, the dream is still when she loses to TBS. It has to be. They have to sell these fucking puppets. Them cunts over in Stamford or wherever it is are selling Finn Balor's little whatever they are fucking puppets with the Lizard Man, and they're making a fortune. Get them. I'll buy a Mercedes puppet. I'll buy fucking 7.
You're not having 7 Mercedes.
One for each belt. Oh, 9. Sorry, now 1 for each belt.
Oh, yeah.
She's got a open challenge tonight on Dynamite. Well, she's got a celebration tonight, so she's getting interrupted tonight.
I hope it's Willow, but I don't think
it won't be anyone that's going to be involved in the blood and guts. It won't be any of those 10.
Yeah, you're right. It's going to be.
Come on.
Who do you think?
Someone else. I don't know. It'll be interesting. I'm excited because I don't know.
I love that. I love when we don't know.
Not a clue.
I love that. I can't say, this is definitely.
By the time this airs, we will know.
Emerson J. It's not, obviously, but fuck, that would be amazing.
Imagine.
With
we'll
a
also know Jack Perry's finally back.
So do you guys think it is Jack Perry?
Yes, because in the back of the
scapegoat
bus, he has been.
What's Jack Perry?
Fucking around with
on the video
DNA.
The guy who revived the kill switch.
Oh right, yeah. Let's hope so. Let's hope so.
People have made the point that his jacket looks very similar. At the end of the day, if there's someone who can get through to Luchasaurus now, it's got to be Jack Perry, surely.
Let's hope it's him. Let's hope it's him.
I just want.
He's going to get lost. Like he's going to get lost in the upper mid card. Is 2 stacks with too many people ahead of him. Like I think it's the logical way to go. They're trying to build up this tag division again. It's a tag team that people will like. They could do it. It's heels or faces. They could be growing up. They can go back to what they were. I don't mind either one being given a chance. I think it's the best thing to do. I want to see Luchasaurus back on TV regularly because I do quite like him, and I miss Jack Perry to an extent of part of the tag or lower down the card. I don't want to see him anywhere near the TNT title picture again, but I wouldn't mind seeing him on TV in some capacity soon. Same with Orange Cassidy, same with Eddie Kingston.
You don't want the most beautiful belt they have ever had back. No, Jack Perry needs to be back on the TNT title.
I'll give you that. His belt was phenomenal.
It was a
that was great.
bitch.
They didn't.
I love Jack Perry.
I don't think they put enough focus on that on TV that he actually made it. All of it was kind of social media and YouTube and shit. They should have actually made more of a deal for that he made that fucking belt.
Yeah.
It was great. Instead, now he's just making knives and he's getting ready to stab someone.
Yeah, he's having pine cones in his
I'm surprised. I'm surprised he didn't come over to London.
The YouTube, but yeah, because the Young Bucks hung up on him. Did you see that? The new episode of Being the Elite is back.
It's a bad taste joke. Sorry.
I didn't get that.
Listen, they didn't hang up. This guy didn't charge his freaking phone. See that?
The charge on his phone is barely higher than the charge in his bank account right now. Matt Jackson, we'll crowdfund you a power bank.
Well, you know what? As beautiful as that championship belt is, Lucy, it's not as beautiful as that hat you're wearing. You know?
I like this hat.
You like this hat?
Noticed? I like this hat. This hat on my head that I like. That is not so tight that is giving me brain injury.
Where did you get the hat from?
Where did this Group Chat Wrestling podcast hat?
Yeah, where did you get that hat from?
I got it from someone very close to you, Andy.
So someone gave it you?
Yes, she did.
For free?
For free. I got a free hat.
Fucking communist! She's a fucking communist.
Oh, yeah. Andy's wife gave it to me, and it was...
Speaking of hats that give apparent brain damage,
that are more over than the person wearing them, I'm happy to play Janetti to this hat.
Oh, my God. And that fucking Janetti sat down with Chris Van Vliet and had maybe one of the most nonsensical rambling sessions I have ever fucking heard before. I mean, I still cannot get over last year.
Was he drunk?
This fucking guy called him a billionaire. He called a billionaire a communist.
I think he's just got CTE, to be honest.
No, I mean, those rants last year, the rants last year were more than that. There was more to it. He's got a substance abuse problem. The rants last year, he was off his skull. He wasn't drunk. He wasn't stoned. He was off his skull to have done those tweets last year.
But it's funny because the stuff that's come out since. I mean, we had the whole stuff when he's basically said Dax and Cash, he's throwing them under the bus, and first of all, Dax was like, "What the fuck, man? That's not what happened. We were there, and Tony Khan didn't come storming in." And then Dax just replied with a fucking screenshot of a message he sent it direct where Jake Hager's like, "Sorry, I didn't mean it, guys. I didn't mean it like that. I didn't say you." And then Jake Hager retweets going, "Well, it wasn't even about them anyway." It's like, man, you were fucking deluded.
Oh, what? He's a weapon. He's a fucking weapon.
And then the next one, which, like, because I listen to Talkers Jericho, I probably get this more than you guys, but Chris Jericho has never been anything but complimentary about Tony Khan. He says whenever there's an issue, they get in touch and he rings them straight away, straight back onto them. But then this guy is going, and then I was trying to find out about my plans and my contract, and Jericho just kept saying that Tony Khan wasn't replying. Yeah, I think that's more Jericho, mate, than Tony Khan. He's probably, oh yeah, Jake. Honestly, I've asked him.
I really have. Fucking hell. Yeah, Tony
Khan
didn't reply to me either, Jake. Don't worry about it.
And his other one though, that he basically wanted to be Groot. Like, that would have been really funny for about 5 minutes, and then his whole thing is. Yeah, he said he proposed that he wanted his character to be Groot, so all he would ever say was, "I like this hat." So they would go, "Jake, what do you reckon about your match tonight?" And he'd go, "I like this hat." They go, "Yeah, man, we're the same. We think you're gonna have a great match, dude."
They speak hat. They all understand hat.
Yeah, that's what he wanted. He wanted him to just say, "I like the hat," but they all understand what he says, but nobody else does. Honestly, the guy is got something fucking wrong, buddy.
Oh my God, Jake, babe, you're doing too much.
That communist who allowed him, whilst paying him, to go and do MMA at the same time is probably responsible for him now being a bit like fucking.
Tony Khan never wanted him, but still at the same time, he had an octagon match, an MMA match on Dynamite against Wardlow. He made a fucking octagon for
it's
you.
He
the
offered
worst
an
match.
18-month contract.
He didn't want you, but
That was the other one. What the fuck?
he offered you a contract. Period.
And
He doesn't want you, but here's some money and here's a guaranteed weekly paycheck. You fucking idiot.
I genuinely look. I think we all know that he was literally hired as a favour to Jericho. That was it.
Yeah.
I think that's all it ever was. But like, would you really look a gift horse in the mouth? Take the fucking work, man. Because you ain't going back to the Fed no matter what.
God no.
There's no way on earth Jack Swagger's making a Royal Rumble appearance and more than one person is going, oh god, okay.
It'll be Brian Christopher all over
don't
again.
kill my dreams. Andy, don't do that. Do not kill my dreams. Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia next year. Ooh, whatever number, I need to hear that all-American.
It'll be Jack Swagger at 29, Mark Henry at 30.
Honestly, like I actually don't think there's much to the rumours, but if there's rumours, say rumours, it's speculation from him liking that post. If Jericho is going back to the Fed at the end of his contract, he's going to go to Triple H or whoever and go, can you get Jake Hager a job? And they're going to go, fuck no. No fucking chance.
No.
Tony Khan is too nice for his own good at times.
That's communism for you. Stay strong, comrade. Tony, you don't need it.
I miss so much of the old shit as well because I fell out of wrestling for so long. I nearly fell off my chair when someone told me Jake Hager was actually a WWE World Champion.
Mate, it's insane,
I couldn't
isn't it?
fucking believe it. The guy is shit. He's absolute fucking dog shit. He has nothing. Like, there's not one redeeming like feature of Jake Hager's wrestling ability. It's terrible. And he can't talk. It's just like, there's nothing in there. Like, how? Was it that bad at that point? Was it worse than it is now?
Mate, go and watch the Royal Rumble 20.
No!
Royal Rumble
No!
09, 10, 2012.
It's a trap.
The
Don't do
roster
it.
back then, considering there was no real competition, the rosters back then, it was insane how bad they were. It was
so bad. It made me dislike Claudio.
You missed your chance. You should have told me it's at 3 a.m. on early hours Monday. I would have done it.
Do you know
But
what we should
I'm not
do?
fucking falling for that
We
now.
should do a special episode where we review old Fed pay-per-views. We should
Hold on,
do that.
real quick. Mark brings up a great point about the roster back in 2010, 11, and 12. The Clash in the Paris pay-per-view coming up this week. The 5 matches. I mentioned this in the group chat. With the exception...
Special tickets. Where are you? Are you alive? Sorry.
Isn't that coincidental? We don't see the ticket updates for that, but whatever. With the exception of Bronson Reed, LA Knight, and Logan Paul, everyone else on the card was on the WWE roster back in 2012 and 2013.
Mata.
Like, no fucking new stars are on this goddamn card. Not a damn one. It's literally... Like I said,
There aren't many fucking old stars on it either. It's 5 bloody matches. For how much are they paying?
Do you know what? I've got to plug another podcast for a second. I was listening to Trish and Sarah's podcast review of whatever the last main event was, and listening I honestly I completely disagree with so much of their booking ideas. We have completely different tastes and all that, which is probably make a good episode. Actually, we had a booking
Forbidden
discussion
Door.
with it because they are they're great people. But like listening to Sarah talk about CM Punk in that main event. I was in bits. She's like, he's an old man, he was white, and he's supposed to be fucking realistically the best in the world. He was white on his ass after fucking 2 minutes on the floor. And you're supposed to believe that he's the best, the world champion. Fucking hell. And how are they pushing these people? If this was AEW, they'd be getting Bobby Lashley only has to fucking be on TV for 2 seconds, and the guy doesn't even look 50, and people are going, why are they pushing 50-year-old Fed guys? These guys over there, it's fucking crazy. Anyway, I just reminded that it made me piss myself.
All right. Do we have time to do the cage before we finish? Because I want to.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I want to have a chat about
It was a long week, wasn't it?
My boy Tanahashi. Seeing him every single time, it feels like a miracle. It doesn't feel real, and that he got the win was absolutely perfect. But the bit where they were dragging him down off the ladder, it's like, no, please don't die. We'll do it. Just come on down. Come on, Granddad, let's go.
The whole thing was great, but I very rarely turn away. But when they did the Darby Allin earlobe spot,
oh mate, yeah, I actually did. Yeah, like my arsehole fluttered. It was too much.
I was clenched. I was very clenched.
It
I was
was
stuck on
not.
that complimentary chair
My
up.
mother was covering her eyes, like she couldn't believe it. I was like, yeah, I told you we're gonna see some shit tonight. Like,
Did he eat part of Darby's eat? Is that what we saw? Did we see cannibalism from John Moxley?
He licked the fork after.
There wasn't a bit of ear on it though, was there?
Probably, I don't know.
I mean,
It might have
the
been.
fork went in, like
Mox, you nasty little bastard.
disgusting.
That match was so good, though. That's
brilliant.
what for all our UK viewers who didn't watch it or want to see it again, especially for you two, as we've probably not seen it back yet. It's on ITV4 Friday 9 or 9:30.
Yes.
They've got a replay of the
For free.
entire 5.5-hour show for free.
And it'll be
ITV4.
on-
So get it on season links.
It'll be on ITVX as well afterwards.
Yeah, that's a good
Again,
shout.
for
Yeah,
free.
of course. So
I mean, we have it so good. If we weren't impatient fucks who can't not look at spoilers, we
Yeah.
would probably not have to pay for anything AEW related. It's great, but no, I just
I have to watch it live, or I've ruined it for myself. I'm staying
Same,
until 3 in the
same,
morning
same.
to watch Dynamite tonight.
Yeah.
Come here, guys. Come on.
of course.
So that cage match, we all knew they were going to play some old music. I did not know they were going to play that old music. And like Matt and Nick Jackson both said that, like, I think they said on one of their Instagrams or something, they can't
Oh
believe
my God, I forgot that even happened.
They got near 20,000 people singing in
I am still
in
singing,
2025.
I am still singing Mbop. So fuck you, Max and Jeremy, Mr. Instant Replay.
Honestly,
Lick Nick.
Wrestling songs are stuck in my head all fucking week. Like, but it's not those ones. The ones I've got fucking Free from Desire, because man, like the Reese winning the fucking title, which I'm sorry I have to talk about before we finish. 'Cause it was amazing, and Simply the Best because Lana Austin is fucking incredible. But anyway, that cake, yeah, it was incredible. Everyone was amazing. Will Ospreay, what a fucking man. He did everything he could. The way they finished him off as well was so good. It was
a very,
great.
very good time.
Every one of them in that match pulled a shift in though, didn't they? And it was great. Like it wasn't as much of a what I thought would be like the Bucks giving out the Bucks and Mox and Claudio to a certain extent, giving everyone a bit of a carry. It was everyone put their fucking heart and soul into that, and it showed. It was so good. And like the Bucks, we said this before, the Bucks are the best tag team of all time. There's anyone who wants to argue with me can go fuck themselves, because there's not even close. And if we put a clip of this out, or Wrestling Mark does his news of the week and he mentions this about the damage, and someone mentions the demolition, the Legion of Doom, the Bushwhackers, the Nasty Boys, like just random old ones that they remember, because it can't be the Bucks because we had all these old guys. Well, what about the Beverly Brothers? Like things like that. Go fuck yourself. I'm sorry. There's not even.
Oh, they
And I
are so
love the
like.
Bushwhackers. I was licked by a bushwhacker as a child, and
I-
even
I-
though I
the
don't
bushwhackers
play
are
anywhere, they're the
But they're not.
Luke.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Okay,
really.
I didn't expect Lucy to say that. You were licked by a bushwhacker. Take
He
that
didn't
how you
actually
want,
lick me, but
younger
it-
viewers.
When you were a child.
I was a little kid. Do you not remember they used to go around?
Are you sure it wasn't just another Australian? It wasn't Rolf Harris, was it?
No, it was Luke the bushwhacker. It wasn't a real lick. That shattered my dreams a bit. It was just nearby. That was the same show where Bret Hart gave me his sunglasses. I was fucking made up that day. But carry on. That
Always like the bushwhackers, but they shouldn't be licking children. That's nearly as bad as Joe Biden sniffing them.
I was delighted. Okay, I was walking like this for the rest of the week till I got
You-
in trouble.
It's very sinister, though, Lucy.
Yeah.
It's
Until I
very sinister.
knocked his balls
40-year-old New
over.
Zealand men should not be licking children. It's just, some things are indefensible.
It was a different time. Okay.
Fucking the bushwhackers
It was
come out with a
different back
didgeridoo. Can you tell what it is? Yeah. So Brett's not getting any of these references. Sorry, Brett.
No.
Sorry, Brett.
Jim fixed it for me to get licked by a bushwhacker.
It was so good though. Everything that happened in it was great. The way they finished off was great. The jelly babies or whatever you were was it
Gummy
jelly
bears.
babies? I think it was
Gummy bears.
Gummy
Gummy
bears.
bears.
Yeah, and we got a
Call
good
back to
Haribo.
something they did years ago.
Yeah, we got a good Haribo chant going. It was great. And the reference at the start of the show as well, when they're saying to the dude, "You better put the most dangerous things you can find in this bag and put it under." And you knew it was going to be something like that. It was great. They're amazing. They are. And like
Claudio just throwing Darby up against the goddamn cage. I mean, he was literally a couple feet from the top where he hit the cage, and now they're gonna have a fucking no holds barred match on Dynamite tonight.
False count anyway. Claudio and
You know,
Darby
but
are
you
a
know
match
what?
made in heaven.
By the way, I was looking at the 2300 arena. It's not that tall, but it's not that short. Darby is going to come off the top of that.
He's going to
Darby's
jump
coming
off something.
flying off the top of that tonight.
Yeah, Darby is going to jump off
He's
something
gonna.
stupid. My money's on
The
Hughes.
building. He's going to
Well,
jump off the building. It's
whole
about
building.
3 stories high at most, 2 maybe. He's going to go flying off the top of that. It's about 25, 30 feet.
He jumped
going
off
off the top of
something on Dynamite, and you can see me on the feed with my little Brandon Cutler tracks covering my eyes. I'm caught on camera being a fucking coward because I couldn't watch him do it. So God knows what I'll be like tonight.
Well, we as I say, we're not reviewing, are we? We're just talking about how little moments that we enjoyed over this week, and we're talking about someone who has basically been killed off. If this is this like Dallas? Kind of like Tate Mayfair's getting shot on the Riot show, which was amazing, by the way. Tate Mayfair's is dead now. He's over. Oh no, is he
Not dead.
I don't know. Whatever.
No, he jumped. He says he heard that there was shit going down on Raw, so he had to run and be a security guard. This was after I was accused of killing Tate Mayfair's.
Well, I think everyone in Riot thought you killed him. To be honest, I thought it was Martina, but then Gav was no, it's Lucy.
Maggie Simpson.
But yeah, because I said when I seen the clip of him on the Raw, there's a security guard. I was like, Roman Reigns looks like he's seen a ghost there, because I thought they were going to bring him back as a ghost. But anyway, people getting shot, killing characters off. Will Ospreay's killed off now. He's dead for at least 6 months or so, and we can't not talk about the other fucking ace of the company, Swerve, who is now also killed off. The dude's has knee surgery, I think today. He put a picture on of his knee and bandages and stuff, and he's going to be out for quite some time as well. So that was another one, great one. Puts Okada over even more. A great match, and now we're going to get Swerve, who apparently has been wrestling with this for 6 or 7 years. He's
2019.
Yeah. Fuck, man. And you think how good he's been over that time? It's insane. Also, who the fuck is Matt Camp? And
this one time at Matt Camp.
that was a great one.
I won't finish that.
And I also, I think Swerve stuck something in his. And I can't not talk about Progress because it was fucking phenomenal. We went on the Monday, we were knackered, we were going to go home, we went. It was great to see everyone. Angus was there, Dan was there, obviously, because, part of the podcast we were there. And the show was great, some fantastic matches through, but the ones that really stuck out for me was we took the podcast Bullet flag, so we were supporting Bullet against Simon Miller, Charles Crowley, and Paul Walter Hauser. You have to watch that match. It was perfect. What Simon Miller would call goofy wrestling.
When his arm came up. Oh.
So good. If you guys haven't seen it, it was so good. Oh, and Alyssa and Amar came there as well. They met us there as well. So it was good to see them before they went. But the Charles Crowley's great. But there was a moment that he gets some. Basically, they had fans bring the weapons. Someone brought us a lasagna, which was weird. And
I never want to hear a word about my pineapple again.
Yeah, no, someone brought lasagna and literally a frozen lasagna that had thawed out, and then Paul Walter Hauser did a move with it. And so anyway, they had helium-filled balloons on the edge of a trop. And I was like, why have they brought them out? And then Charles Crowley gets them, and he gets knocked out by Bullet, and he's kind of half, and he's just the balloons are holding him up. And then anyway, Bullet hits him, pins him, and he's his shoulder slowly comes back up with the balloons every time. It was so fucking good. And because it was Paul Walter Hauser and he's been in a Naked Gun, I have to explain the joke in case anyone doesn't get this. They also brought out a Liam Neeson cardboard cutout from under the ring. Bullet hit him with it. It snapped it in half, and then Bullet tried to pin the cardboard cutout. And the whole crowd were like, 1, 2. It was great. It's a really fun match. Simon Miller stabbed Bullet, and for some reason thought it would have worked, but then Bullet just was like, "What are you doing?" and then took him out. It was great. Really good match. Kanji against Rio was phenomenal. It was absolutely incredible. Again, watch it. Ricky Knight Jr. Honestly, I'm going to get so much hate on the internet for this because people hate him for some reason. But his match with Cara Noir was amazing. He was so over. He was playing a baby face, and it was excellent. He beat Cara Noir. Cara Noir took his face paint off in the middle of the ring. I'm done. And then fled to the back. Oh, sorry. Before that, we had obviously Lana Austin against Alexis Falcon. if Lana won, Holly Barlow has to do one, but she didn't, so whatever. G Money won the Atlas Championship again with Seshimov. I tried to beat your Seshimov picture, Brett. I got a good one. It's close. It's not quite as good because you got the full, the silhouette and the great lighting behind. I just got a perfect one of us spitting the beer everywhere, so I didn't beat you there. And what other matches were they? I'm trying to lead up before I talk properly about the Man Like the Reese one because that was fucking incredible. There was the tag match. Lycos Jim won fair and square again against Sunshine Machine. I don't know why, it's a skill issue. And then they were attacked by Connor Mills and Nico Angelo. And then I'm just going to keep going so you don't have a chance to remedy this. And then there was one more match. Was there another match before the main event? There was. Oh, Charlie Sterling beat the guy whose name has completely vanished. He was from Noah anyway. It was very good. It was a good match. It was very quick. Is that it? Anyway, all I wanted to talk about, really, to get into this, was one of the best entrances, the best entrance I've ever seen at an independent show. Man Like the Reese. It was so fucking good. We had a woman come out, I believe she was Athena. Her name, not Athena, not like Athena. But she came out with a glow in the dark, what they call it, a violin stick. I don't know. I'm not very good with classical music and shit. But anyway, is that what it is? A bow. She come out with a bow, and everyone went black. They gave glow sticks out to the crowd, and she starts playing this kind of like Free From Desire, but like a classical kind of bit. It was ace. It was so good. And then this dude, I think his name's Trappy or something. He's an MC. He's one of Man Like the Reese's mates come out, and he's going into the crowd are getting going. Then Free From Desire hits. Man Like the Reese comes out, does his whole fucking shit around the ring. Gives Dylan a fucking birthday card out of randomly. He goes, "Oh, I've got a birthday card for someone in the crowd." Gives Dylan a birthday card, which is awesome. And then he climbs on the ladder. He's talking a bit. He's got it ready to go. Luke Jacobs comes out, does his moody arse entrance to Stone Roses. It's great. And the match was a tables, ladders, and chairs match. It was incredible. It really was incredible. We had all the usual spots. Finished with Luke Jacobs trying to destroy Man Like the Reese. So he rips essentially the ring matting up. The old exposing the boards, and then must have got this from Emerson Jane from the last death match. He then loaded thumbtacks or drawing pins, as they are in the UK, all over the place, and was ready to throw Man Like the Reese off the ladder. Man Like the Reese pushed him off onto it. Man Like the Reese takes the title, and it was excellent. The crowd went ballistic. What a moment. We had Free From Desire playing about fucking 20 times. Man Like the Reese gave a shout out to everyone at the end, and I'm sure he went off and bought a meal deal. And then I went to the pub to have a couple of pints and watched Liverpool beat Newcastle in an easy match that was never anywhere near close to possibly being a disaster. Very one-sided. That was it.
Sounds like an amazing weekend. Go on then, let's all pick one highlight of the weekend that we haven't mentioned yet. And I'll go first. Mine was doing the backstage tour on the morning of Forbidden Door and getting to we got to see the cage being built, and I got to stand and walk down the entrance ramp and the O2. That was my highlight.
And you broke an NDA by telling us that they were going to do 2 shows in the UK.
Yeah, I did. I only told them, but we found out early that they were coming back for 2 more shows. We found out. I knew before you. I knew before all of you. Yeah, I'm just in the know, my besties.
Whatever.
Drop it in.
What about you, Brett? What was your favourite moments of the week?
That we haven't talked about yet. During Aminata and Anita Vaughn's match, after Anita took the Hershey Kisses from Queen, she's outside the ring. She passed us, and I said, "All right, you had enough dessert. Get back in the ring." That's why she turned around and furious looked at me, and I got a good pop out of the crowd. That was fun.
I would say that mine would be just to finish off the weekend. Me, after the after party, stumbling around, waiting outside. Andy, you had gone. Brett and Lucy were nowhere to be seen. I was outside, and me and Gav ended up talking to Powerhouse Hobbs, and then I spent fucking ages chatting shit in Sean Dean's ear, who was too much of a gentleman to tell me to fuck off, and sat there and spoke to me and humoured me for a good 10 to 15 minutes. While I asked him in-depth questions about Tony Khan's personality. So that was quite fun. The fact that he humoured me. And I mentioned it earlier, but me and Ishii and Hector backstage, which was conveniently, accidentally planned by me and my mate, when we realised taking the wrong turn will take you to the dressing room rather than the toilets, and the security there's so fucking bad you can just do it. So yeah,
And that
meeting a
wasn't
few
a fucking
wrestlers was
accident.
quite nice. It was an intended accident, yeah. But yeah, the whole thing, great week,
Me
massive
and
crash
Ricochet
off the
was
back of
amazing
it.
for me as well. Yeah, I got to
I
apologise for my
should-
Tetris sign to Ricochet as well. Sorry, Ricochet. I was the one with the Ricochet rotated
Apologise,
Tetris
no?
square sign.
I strategically waited till last so I can give the best answer because, firstly, obviously, I'm going to say in Weatherspoons, chatting to Kip Sabian, who was so
Yes.
fucking nice, getting Megan Bain and Bo Zilla to put me in a headlock, getting a picture with Powerhouse Hobbs. It was fucking incredible. All of them were really nice people, but the highlights of the weekend was just like, and this is why I waited till last so I can say this and be the nicest person ever, but nicer than you lot of selfish twats who did not mention this, was meeting everybody again, seeing everybody, catching up with everybody.
Breathe.
Was Mel having come with me and missed last year and heard me talk about it for an entire year, getting to experience the whole thing and just like have like, you know, such an amazing time. Like we went to Lanzarote, as you guys know, a couple of weeks ago, and afterwards she was like, this was better than Lanzarote when we got home yesterday. So like just getting her to kind of experience this and meet everybody and introduce her to everyone and stuff, and like just seeing everyone and all the friends we've made along the way, it was amazing. It was, and like it's such a great feeling. So
It was all over
I had a
too
better answer than you
quickly.
lot, so
Yeah, what he said, the creep.
see,
You're
I
not
like
Ricochet,
me.
fuck you guys.
I liked meeting all you guys and everyone else out there and showing a fantastic week to Mel. And Brett just liked saying something at a show. Lucy just liked going backstage, and Wrestling Mark liked talking the arse off fucking Will Hobbs about Tony Khan for 10 minutes.
Sean Dean,
Selfish
I
fuck,
saw.
Sheila.
Well,
Hobbs was a
Rudy's
brief
great.
conversation. I waffled to Sean Dean for a lot longer. Yeah. Great week. Can't wait to do it all again next
As
year.
well, by the way. And Gates of Agony. And Arcadiora.
Yeah. So did I in Weatherspoons.
Yeah. Alright, fine.
Put me in a headlock.
Yeah? You're not that nice, are you? She put me in a headlock. She said she liked my phone case. I give her a bracelet. Yeah. Who won now? She posted a picture of it on Instagram as well. She didn't post a picture of your headlock.
And Sapphire Reed requesting my like presents.
Yeah, alright.
And Lana Austin just coming and talking to us because she's nice when we were sat having drinks, and she just came over and chatted shit to us because what a week. Honestly, I am having such a come down now. It's crazy.
This show needs to bang. We've got 45 minutes.
Pushed in the queue in exchange for bracelets. I was very un-British and I pushed in the queue to get, because I gave a lot of bracelets away. I was like, can I stand here? I'll give you things. And they said, yeah. So I pushed it. The Forbidden Door.
Oh, and obviously, like Mel vandalising the entirety of London by sticking stickers everywhere. To the point where after we got the Rev Pro show the next day, we're at Eve, and Dylan was texting us going, "Is this used?" And he's sending me pictures. The stickers were still over there the next day at the front. He put one on the front of the bar, so whenever anyone's getting a pint, there's a big group chat wrestling podcast logo on the bar.
Yeah, a group of people came up to me, said, "Do you want a sticker?" I was like, "Yes, I want a sticker. I'm on the fucking show." So give me two.
That
stickers.
was that Dylan? Because he goes gives a sheet. I'm going to go and get rid of them all for you. And he said, and he just went and started giving them to
Well, he
everyone.
gave me two. I was like, yeah, I'll have my own show sticker. I put one in the girls' toilet, and I stuck one on the barricade, the AEW barricade. So when they're unpacking it, soz guys, that was me vandalising the AEW barricades. Group chat wrestling will be on there next time.
We'll do it again next year, even
We
more.
will. See, Mark's left in disgust at my non-British pushing in. I'll be sent to the tower.
So, apart from you, Brett, obviously, we're going to Manchester and Cardiff.
Yes.
And I may, if I can work it, Brett, see you in Chicago.
Yeah,
Wait,
man,
where are you going that I'm not going?
We want to go to World's End. It's only because of reasons that I won't send the podcast, because that might give away too much of who we are if people actually did know. But for certain reasons, we can't go outside of certain days. So, yeah. Anyway, end this, and we'll just...
All right, we will see you later. Okay, I'll see you next time.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye. Shut the forbidden door
See you
until
at
next year.
see you at the next show.
Bye.
Yeah.